Luigi, how do you do it? How do you look so awesome? Oh, yes. Maybe I need a haircut.
That's right, we're gonna make Luigi's nightmare King freaking Boo. So this template does work for a standard King Boo, or if you want to make the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon King Boo, make sure you get the freaking template. It's in the comments below. Go get it, make yourself a King Boo, because he looks awesome. It's Halloween, spooky season, let's get started. Colors you're gonna need are gonna be white, black, yellow, and depending if you're gonna make the regular King Boo, you're gonna need some red and pink, but if you're gonna make the Dark Moon, you're gonna need some purple and some magenta-y, pinkyish purple color for the jewel. Also, a little bit of blue if you're gonna make this little jewel for the crown. Also, you're gonna need needles, thread, scissors, and hot glue if you're gonna glue some stuff on like I did. You're also gonna need some stuffing to stuff everything. I just used this pillow I found at Walmart. Alright, so you're first gonna wanna cut out the body here, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna sandwich them together. This is probably gonna be the easiest part of this template. So you're gonna have it sandwiched. Make sure it's lined up correctly. It's a little hard to do with one hand, but pretend it's basically lined up perfectly. And from here, you want to sew all the way around to there. So this is what it should look after you finish. So you're gonna put this to the side. Now you're gonna want to cut out the face pieces here, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna have them on the good side, and you grab this, flip it down so it lines up like that, and from here sew to the top, and do the same thing down here. Have this flip it. Now the bad side showing, and from here sew to the top. And this is what the face should look after you finish it. So all we're gonna do now is sandwich it. And from here to the top, you're gonna wanna sew. And then from here to the bottom, you're gonna wanna sew. So this is what the faces should look like at this point. Kind of looks a little weird right now. Kind of scary, not even gonna lie, because it's like faceless right now. So basically what you wanna do is you're gonna grab the mouth. If you're gonna make the Dark Moon version, remember to use black instead of red. You're gonna flip this to the bad side right here, and then flip your mouth to the bad side. You're gonna line up this part right here with the top part of the mouth right there, like so. Try to make it as even as possible, and just kind of sew, and then just sew all the way around, so then he has a mouth at the end. So this is what the face should look like after you finish sewing the mouth on, so that's how you're gonna wanna have sewn it. And yeah, look at that. Now he's got a mouth. That's pretty cool, pretty cool. You technically could right now sew or glue the face on. That's up to your choice right now. Although for me, I think it'd be a little difficult to do it. So that's why I'm going to hot glue it at the very end when he's stuffed. So now what you're going to do is you're going to grab this piece and you're going to grab the back. Like that. You're going to open it up. Kind of spread it out. And you're going to place this in there. So it should end up looking something like this. It looks a little weird right now, but trust me. Trust the process. So what you see that stitch line right here, you're gonna want to have this lined up with the bottom and this part to the top. Make sure you leave an opening, and you're gonna want to turn it inside out and stuff it. So when you get to this part, I'm gonna show you how to end the stitch. You're gonna stick your needle through like that, and then you're gonna want to pull. Then you want to bring it on the other side and kind of do the same thing like that, and then pull. And you're gonna repeat that step back and forth all the way to the end and pull it, and it should be done. Okay, so while stuffing it, I just finished, I did notice this random ridge kind of appear. So what I'm going to do is the same stitch I used to end it right here, I'm going to do up here. So basically I'm just going to stick it like this, pull it, go down, kind of go back and forth to this end, and it'll kind of close that gap. So it should kind of look something like this after you're done. But yeah, that is the King Boo all stuffed, and now I'm going to hot glue on the face. Make sure to cut out the right pieces if you want to do the Dark Moon version, but follow the next steps. So this is how you're going to want to glue it on or sew it on. It's going to be like right. And I can choose either to glue the glare of the eye or don't. It's up to you. And you're going to want to glue the teeth right here. So this is what it should look like once you have finished gluing all that on. And now let's move on to the tongue. So the tongue is super, super simple. Remember to make it purple if you're going to make the Dark Moon version. I'm talking super. So all you're going to do is you're going to flip this in half like that, sandwich them together. And all you're going to do is sew from here all the way around. But leave a little opening, and you're going to turn it inside out, stuff it a little bit. Then I'll try to explain how to do the little dent in the tongue. So this is what the tongue looks like right now. And you could honestly just leave it there, or you can get your needle and just kind of sew back and forth just down the middle here. But what I do is I grab the machine, I make sure it's lined up, I try to flatten it as much as possible, and I just kind of go down, stopping a little before the end of the tongue like this. See there? So there's not really an easy way to do it. If you're going to hand sew it, all you do is just really stick your needle through back and forth all the way down to right there, which might take a little time. With the machine, you just gotta make sure you're steady and you don't curve the wrong way, because then you gotta redo it. Or you could just honestly leave right there and get like a Sharpie or something, but you know, your choice. And this is what mine ended up looking like with the machine. So now you're gonna grab your tongue and you're either gonna glue it right there or you're gonna sew it on. First, you're gonna stick your needle right here, like so. Oh crap. You're gonna pull, and then you're gonna do the same thing on the tongue, like this, and then pull, and it'll start bringing it together. And you're gonna do that around here and then around the other side of the tongue. And then you can try going underneath like this, but it's really up to you. So this is what the tongue should look like after you attach it on. Looks pretty awesome, pretty nice. And if you want with the evil version, he has got the purple tongue. But yeah, let's get on to the little hands. So now you're going to want to cut out the arms right here, and all you're going to do is from here, sew all the way around to right there, turn it inside out and stuff it, and then attach it right to the body. So this is what it should look like after you're done and you turn it inside out, and this is what it looks like when you stuff it. And all you're going to do is sew it on right here. Make sure that the stitch line lines up with this line right here, and then you're going to place it there and just sew it on. To attach the arm, all you're going to do is just stick your needle through like this, and pull, and then come down here, stick it, and pull, and it'll start bringing it down. You're gonna do that all around the arm. I forgot to say this while recording. What you want to do is make sure the arm is lined up with the eye here and then the corner of the mouth. Make sure it's not too low and not too high up, and just right there, so it looks nice and epic. So here we have the pieces for the crown, but basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna sandwich these together, and then just from here, so all the way around, zigzag all the way down here. Leave this open, this little corner here open, so you can turn it inside out. And this is what it should look like after you finish. So all you're gonna do is fold it in half like this, and you're gonna sew against this side, so then it kind of just stays together. Then what you want to do is either sew or hot glue on all the gems. So if you're making the Dark Moon Boo, this is how it should be looking like right now, and let's get onto the crown. First, cut out 4 of these triangles like so. Then grab 2 and sandwich them together and sew this side right here. Repeat that step for the other 2 pieces, and this is what you should have so far. Next, you want to open them up like this and then sandwich them on top of each other. So this is what you should be looking at right now. So you're going to want to sew this side, and then you're going to want to sew that side. And then looking at it from the top, it should look like this. Next, cut out the top part of the jewel, and you're going to want to fold one of those little corners, kind of like what we did for the beginning with King Boo's face. And you grab this, flip it down so it lines up like that, and from here sew to the top. And that's basically what you want to do for the jewel. So it should look like that, and you want to do that for all those little corners right there. Next, you want to grab the top part of the jewel and put it inside the bottom part, so it should look something like this. And then you want to sew all the way around, leaving an opening to turn it inside out and stuff it. At this point, you should have these 2 pieces here, and all you're going to do is grab the jewel, put it in the middle of the crown like that. And you can either glue each of these individual little corners to the crown, keeping it up, or sew it. I ended up sewing it like you see right there, and I kind of just sewed it all the way around. Then, just like the regular Boo, hot glue the crown onto the head. So this is what it should look like after you finished. And I guess I didn't really measure it right because it ended up with 2 blues on this side. So you could add another little notch here, just making it 6 for it to really work out, or you can just take one out so it can be 4 or 3. But yeah, I did add on some extra detail for the crown. All you gotta do is hot glue this back here. Make sure it's like make sure this is lined up with the stitch right there, so it's not like too on the front of his face. You want to make sure it's like nice and back like that. And that is how you make King Boo himself and the Dark Moon King Boo. If you made that one, or if you made the standard King Boo, let me know. Show me it. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see how what y'all made and how it came out. That'd be amazing. This was such a fun DIY to make. Obviously, last time I made the King Boo, he looked atrocious. Like, oh, jeez. So honestly, remaking it looks way better. I do like the simplicity of it and having to hot glue some pieces on just so it looks cleaner than normal. And yeah, I do like the fact that I did make a regular King Boo, but my favorite still stands with the Dark Moon version. And I love the freaking jewel. I try to simplify it for y'all, so I hope you made something awesome. Now you have your own little King Boo, since, you know, Nintendo won't make it. So I hope you made one for yourself. Make sure to show me. Hope you liked this video. Like, subscribe for more King Boo. Don't forget to comment what other characters you'd like to see next.